When you first bring your goats home, everything is right. Everyone is happy and you've worked hard to give them a comfortable living space and you've built them a strong fence. And then suddenly, they're sick. And that first bout of sickness can be really scary. And you might start to feel like, what did I get myself into? I don't know anything about treating sick goats. And likely, the first thing that you might deal with as a new goat owner is scours. If you don't already know, scours is just the farm term for diarrhea in animals. So before we get into what causes scours and what to do about it, I want you to remember one thing. Scours is a symptom, not an illness in itself. So just like when you or your kids have upset stomachs, it is usually a symptom of something bigger, like a virus or stress, or a chronic condition, or simply you just ate something that you shouldn't have. So if you have a goat with scours, don't just treat the symptom, but look for a reason behind it. Okay, so just like with people, scours can be caused by tons of different things, and today I'm going to cover just the top 4. The first is parasites. Parasites are a never-ending battle for goat owners, especially if you live in an area with optimum conditions for parasites to thrive. So if you have a goat, an adult goat with scours, you want to look for signs of a high worm load. This means checking their eyes for anemia, doing a fecal egg count, or looking for other signs that point to parasites. Usually I give my goats a big dose of herbs for a few days to see if that helps, and then if needed, I would worm them with something like Ivomec or Prohibit. If you are dealing with a kid with scours, coccidiosis is often the cause. Coccidia is the most common cause of scours in kids ages 3 weeks to 6 months. It is important to treat coccidiosis as soon as possible because it can cause lifelong problems with growth and general health. Coccidia is a protozoan parasite, and it can also be seen in a fecal exam under a microscope. Often scours in goats are not caused by a major illness, but simply eating too much of a new thing. So maybe you just upped their grain or moved them into a new green pasture. This can temporarily mess up a goat's rumen and cause a bout of scours. If the symptoms come on after an escape, you might want to look at possible plant toxicity. And if it is accompanied by other painful symptoms, you might be looking at something more severe, such as acidosis or enterotoxemia, which will require additional treatment. And finally, things like moving, kidding, and other stressors can cause a brief bout of scours in goats. In this case, keeping the goat calm, giving some electrolytes is the best course of action. Just keep an eye on her or them to see if things progress and become more serious or if other symptoms emerge. So, those of course are not all the causes of scours, but they are a good jumping off point for helping goats get back to normal. Don't forget to keep any goat with scours hydrated. Make sure she has access to fresh water, or make some electrolytes at least once a day to help even more. And then after treatment, give a dose of probiotics to help get the rumen healthy again, and just keep an eye on the goat for a few days to make sure she is back to pellets and acting herself. So that's about it. I'll add links below to things like my electrolyte recipe and other resources to help you with some of the things I have mentioned in this video today, and they will help you keep your goats in top shape. Thanks!